absolutely, Aquil. Now, we are so thrilled to welcome each and every single one of you here. Now, before we proceed, Aquil, we have, so ladies and gentlemen, she is renowned for her humanitarian causes and uplifting societies. And ladies and gentlemen, her presence here adds immense value to this evening because we are here to recognize society. So thank you very much, madam, for joining us here today and giving us the gift of your presence.
Thank you very much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause as we welcome our great Sri Lanka. Now, once again, I think this is a very exciting thing as well because we've got an international, the big bull, and so much more. She is a captivating soul when it comes to grace, versatility, and charisma. In the screens, our hands together as we welcome the actress. This is Nikita Datta. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause and warmly invite and welcome her to...
Deeply honoured to be joined by Venerable Punukadiya Vepanyaratna Hiru from Bauddha Loka Temple. And we'd also like and some unforgettable moments where some of you got to show off your creative talent on to see so many familiar faces here. And of course, we'd like to welcome the ones who could not join us yesterday but who are here today. Very dedicated and committed to giving all of you the recognition that you deserve. So as we start off our proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to request all of you
of life in different parts of the world with a statement, and this is, are you Boa? Alright, so I want all together. Alright, wonderful. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, with that, of course, we would like as well. We're talking about Sri Lanka, we're talking about India, Bangladesh, and Maldives as well. So with that, this is all made possible by very good friends.
Event. So what is that?
Well, this is of course the NEL Group. Don't forget, NEL Group has actually been doing this summit when it comes to entertainment, when it also comes to awards and summits with accredited bodies from
Temple to please join us on stage.
Honorable Hiru, we'd like you to join us on stage as well to give the awardees tonight. Once again, this is the Asia's Icon Awards Season 2, Colombo, Sri Lanka, along with the Honorary Doctorate for 2025. Now, before that, Nadi, I'd also like to really get everyone involved in terms of making sure that you keep the applause going as we celebrate Icon of the Year, Sri Lanka. Icon of
Construction and Infrastructure Development, India. We have Mrs. Rubina Tabasum representing Zaira Infotech.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going as we celebrate Zaira Infotech, and this is Mrs. Rubina Tabasum,
a visionary whose contributions have reshaped the landscape of her industry and set a new standard for excellence in construction and infrastructure development. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the winner of the Leader in Construction and Infrastructure Development, India, Mrs. Rubina
Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, keep the applause going as we are celebrating hard work and dedication. Once again, congratulations to Razi Beauty Vibe. With that, now we have the award going for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Mansoor Ekoda. And we have prepared for you a wonderful visual experience that introduces you to Dr. Mansoor Ekoda. So we'd like to invite all of you to direct your attention to the screen now. A medical trailblazer.
Medicine's tiltate can alleviate symptoms, modify disease process, but cannot regenerate or rejuvenate tissues or organs.
Again, put our hands together for Dr. Mansoor Ekoda.
Congratulations, and with that now we go to our next award. This is for excellence in clinical training and practical education with rural impact in Sri Lanka. This goes to Medicon Paramedical College. Ladies and gentlemen, Medicon Paramedical College, Sri Lanka. A vital institution providing essential healthcare skills and service to the community with an award for excellence in clinical training and practical education with rural impact in Sri Lanka. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, congratulate this individual with your round of applause. This is Medicon Paramedical College. Has been through the years. Once again, the youngest ethical hacker India. Once again, as we celebrate the youngest ethical hacker in India, this is Ramji Raj. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going as we celebrate this young man who has actually been making an impact in the hacking, rather the ethical hacking ways of humanity. Once again, this is Ramji Raj. Let me remind you, keep the applause going as we are celebrating a rising star in the digital world, recognized for his exceptional skills and dedication to cybersecurity as the youngest ethical hacker in Maldives.
Receiving the award for the Popular Actress of the Year, Sri Lanka, is Piyumali Edhiri Singha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Piyumali Edhiri Singha, who is receiving the award for the Popular Actress of the Year, Sri Lanka. A gifted artist whose performances have captured the hearts of audiences across the nation, earning her the title of Popular Actress of the Year in Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Piyumali Edhiri Singha from Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that we are celebrating these individuals. So let's keep the applause going as we celebrate these iconic awardees of tonight. Well, with that, once again, this is Piyumali Edhiri Singha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going. The award goes to the Best Teledrama Producer of the Year, Sri Lanka. The award goes to Chamara Samarasinkhama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is of course Mr. Chamara Samarawikrama, celebrating for the most accomplished producer in Sri Lanka for the teledrama industry in Sri Lanka. Let me remind you, Mr. Chamara is a creative force behind some of the most compelling and popular stories in television as the best teledrama producer of the year in Sri Lanka. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Chamara Samarawikrama, this is for the best teledrama producer of the year in Sri Lanka.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next award for this glamorous evening is the Pageant Coach of the Year, Sri Lanka, and the award goes to Rukma Senanaika. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the Pageant Coach of the Year, Sri Lanka, Mr. Rukma Senanaika, a mentor who guides aspiring talents to success and helps them shine on the international stage as the Pageant Coach of the Year, Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give it up for the Pageant Coach of the Year, Sri Lanka, goes to Rukmal Senanaika. We are not celebrating the hard work and dedication of these amazing accredited awardees. So let's keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. Can I hear the applause? No, I think we can do a little better. Okay, let's do a practice round before we do our next awardee. In the count of 3, 2, 1. Alright, there you go. That is what I want to hear as we announce our next awardee for tonight. It is in Leader in Premium Masala Crafting and Culinary Innovation, India. This goes to Shaikh Amardeen. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaikh Amardeen unfortunately is not here, but his friend will be collecting it on behalf of him.
International Engineering Excellence in Broadcasting Media Technologies, Sri Lanka, and the award goes to Nilupa Ranavira. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Nilupa Ranavira receiving the award for International Engineering Excellence in Broadcast Media Technologies, Sri Lanka. A technological pioneer whose innovations are shaping the future of media with the International Engineering Excellence Award in Broadcast Media Technologies in Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue the applause as we celebrate his hard work, his efforts in receiving the award, the International Engineering Excellence Award in Broadcast Media Technologies, Sri Lanka.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are celebrating Nilupa Ranavira from Sri Lanka, International Engineering Excellence Award in Broadcasting Media Technologies in Sri Lanka. Let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Entertainment, as they are a captivating, when it comes to captivating audiences with innovative and engaging content as the most promising entertainment platform of the year in Sri Lanka.
And at Quill, they definitely must receive another award for their food. That is absolutely next level. Congratulations to Bally's Entertainment once again.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going for the most promising entertainment platform of the year, Sri Lanka, goes to the Bally's Entertainment.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding the Asia's Icon Awards, and we would like to say a massive thank you to this lovely lady here, Miss Nikita Datta, and we'd like to honor her in a very special way. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite our founder, Mr. Zakir Hussain.
Ladies and gentlemen, for this I'd like all of you to rise to your feet as we celebrate an actress gracing our country, Sri Lanka. Let's all stand to our feet.
And we'd also like to say thank you very much to our Venerable Thero for joining us for the presentation of the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time to really honor this amazing individual, a heart-winning performer. This is from multiple different, actresses as well. We're talking about multiple different movies that we very much enjoy. She has 3 amazing pinnacles that we celebrate and we honor.
We definitely cannot proceed without hearing from our lovely lady, Miss Nikita Datta. So now I'd like to invite you.
Everybody, firstly, for having me here. I think it's a real honor for me to be here representing my country, India, on the day of Independence Day. I couldn't be more happy to be here and celebrate my country's Independence Day with all of y'all because I see so much love. I see so much, there's this want of mutual friendship, the want of working together, which I really appreciate. So thank you, Sri Lanka, for having me. Moreover, it is truly an honor to be in the presence of ma'am right here. And I just want to thank, the Annual Group. I want to thank Pooja and I want to thank Zakir ji for having me. I really look forward to many more trips. This definitely is my first trip to Sri Lanka, to Colombo. And with the warmth and the love that I am receiving from everybody from this place, I really hope that I make a lot more trips in the coming times. Thank you so much.
President, this is of course the former First Lady for the President of Sri Lanka, along with Mr. Ramachandran Muniappa, who is from the University of GHU. This is the Director. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together as we warmly invite our dignitaries on stage. Alright, now comes the most momentous moment. Grab your phones out because we are celebrating you. We are celebrating every one of you that has actually achieved your doctorate with hard work, dedication and absolute commitment in your field. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, our first award for Doctor of International Trade Business goes to Darshan Panchal. Ladies and gentlemen, Darshan Panchal from India for Doctor of International Trade in Business. Darshan Panchal, now known as Doctor, for his visionary strategies and exceptional powers when it comes to navigating global markets, we award the Doctor of International Trade Business to Mr. Darshan Panchal, now known as Dr. Darshan Panchal.
Congratulations, Dr. Darshan Panchal, on receiving the doctorate, the Doctor of International Trade Business. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together one more time
Nadi, I think you've mistaken it. It's Dr. Darshan Panchal now.
Dr. Shaikh Faizullah being awarded Doctor of Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Shaikh Faizullah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that is Dr. Shaikh Faizullah from India, Doctor of Entertainment. In recognition of his captivating artistry and substantial influence on the creative landscape, we honor Dr. Shaikh with the Doctor of Entertainment. His visionary work has enriched the lives of many in Sri Lanka, in India, in Maldives, Bangladesh, you name it. He is truly a doctor in entertainment.
Ladies and his visionary work has enriched the lives of many. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for Dr. Shaikh Fazil.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can keep the applause going. This is a commemorative moment of doctorship for your fields of industries and what you are curtailing when it comes to you being a pro and now a doctor in entertainment as well. What an honor. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, our next award goes to Doctor of Psychology. Goes to Nadi. Would you like to do the honors here?
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ribhushita Dharmavartha. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our new Doctor of Psychology, Dr. Ribhushita Dharmavartha.
From India, ladies and gentlemen, he is honored for his groundbreaking innovation and transformative leadership in the engineering landscape. We recognize Mrs. Rubina, of course. This is a beautiful, beautiful accomplishment, I must say. And for his profound insight of transformative contribution, this is a beautiful achievement in Doctor of Psychology. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a recognition for her profound insight, especially when it comes to this particular achievement.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next doctorate of the evening. Doctor of Engineering, received by Dr. Rubina Thabisam. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Rubina Thabisam from India. In honor of her groundbreaking innovations and transformative leadership in the engineering landscape, we recognize Dr. Rubina Thabisam with the Doctor of Engineering. Her visionary contributions have advanced the entire industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Rubina Thabisam.
Doctor of Financial Service and Insurance Management. This goes to Bashir Ahmed. Ladies and gentlemen, the applause going as we celebrate once again Dr. Bashir Ahmed for his acknowledgement, and this comes from strategic brilliance and profound influence in financial and insurance sectors. We present the Doctor of Financial Service and Insurance Management for Bashir Ahmed. His leadership has
specializing in Shalya Tantra. Ladies and gentlemen, she is recognized for her distinguished expertise and unparalleled contributions to Agni Karma and Vidya Karma in Shalya Tantra. We celebrate Dr. L. Manonmani with the Ayurveda Vidyavardi in Ayurveda. Her dedication to this ancient science is truly commendable. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for Dr. L. Manonmani.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can keep the applause going as we celebrate this remarkable moment of this lady being awarded for being